developers, welcome to my channel. I am Basim Razak. So if you really want to skip to any part of the video, then you can just go to the description, it has the timestamps, and if you want to know all about it, then keep watching till the end. So let's talk about what is a build tool. So you may have heard about tools like Grunt, Gulp, Maven or Gradle. If you know a little bit about build tools, then you have heard about Gradle. So what is it that is so much important but not much talked about? Essentially, the main function of a build tool is to automate the transformation of source code to executable software. So ultimately, the purpose becomes to streamline the process of that repeats. So basically, compilation, development, packaging, and testing. To understand how it came into existence, we need to know the history of it. Why was it built even in the first place? Initially, we had to compile code through terminal by writing commands, and we have to do file management through shell script. So if you have used shell script, then you know how messed up that language is. And if you have ran or compiled your code through terminal, you know how lengthy that process. Actually, just to run a code, you need 2 steps for it. So we needed to automate it, all these stuff. When you have a large code base, you need to automate all this stuff and serially run and compile and integrate. And that is when the first, I would say, build tool was introduced, which is called Make. Yes, it was just called Make. It was 1970s, and it used a domain specific language, which is a Makefile. It is something like the modern day Gradle, which uses .gradle or .kts, which no developer understands. Yeah, something like that. So what happened was, you specify few steps in the Makefile that will get triggered when the Makefile is triggered, and you just write one command in the Makefile, and the Makefile did all the job for you systematically, what you have mentioned. So if you had a larger code base, then you could just write one command and everything would run systematically. Everything will get into a single jar of software. So that's how a complex stuff gets simplified through a build tool, which was initially Make. Then if it did all the job, then why to use a modern build tool?
So this is the architecture, except there's one more thing.
Why do we use a model build tool? Essentially, till this point, you have understood why do we use a build tool. Like, well, of course, it ensures that code is built and ran the same way every time and reduces error. Or it automates repetitive tasks like compiling or management of files, or streamlining the whole process of deploying and integrating. But that's not the reason you use a modern build tool, because even the primitive build tools could do it. Well, the main thing is a modern build tool handles external libraries and dependencies. That is why you mainly use it. It simplifies the process of setup. With time, we as developers have really come a long way, and we have developed our tools really great. So yeah, that is why we should use a modern build tool. And as we have come a long way, we have different build tools for different domains. So a web has a different set of build tools, and the app development industry has a different set of build tools. Both have different requirements. Let's talk about different build tools for different domains. So initially there were build tools for only app development, I would say, which is like Maven or Gradle or Ant, or for iOS or Mac you would say Xcode. But as time crossed, the problem in the app development build tools where it used XML, and XML was hated by the web development industry. Web development industry wanted something in JavaScript which also supported Node.js, and for that they have built their own set of build tools, which is like Grunt, Gulp, and that is how the two sets of build tools form. So initially, the app development build tools, what they did, right? But the web development build tools had something special in it. So it had the minimalization of the whole source code, the whole code base, or you would say it had the state management property, which only the web developers need because the app developers didn't need it before the time it was introduced. So that was more specific to the web development, and that is how it got introduced. So in conclusion to everything, we as developers eased all our jobs whenever it was possible. Build tool was an all-in-one innovation without which hardly any massive scale development was possible. And with massive innovation in technology came CI/CD, which covers an even broader domain. Well, let's keep it for the next video. Until then, signing off.